Hello, everybody. My name is Steve Ford. We have a wonderful lesson today. It's a lesson that I have taught before, but I wanted to review it with you. This is something that is so important. So many people ask me tips on how they can speak English better and how they can listen in English better too. It's a two-way street, and we need to learn how to do both. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to give you some tricks, some tips on how you can improve your English so that you can speak from slow to medium and then medium to fast. So are you ready? Let's go. Before we go into the video, in case you would like to subscribe to any of my channels on Facebook, Instagram, or you can follow me on WhatsApp, it's right there for you. And I really encourage you to share this video with your friends. I really depend on your collaboration to like the video and also to share it if you liked it. The first thing that I want to talk about is your pronunciation in English, particularly American pronunciation. Now, one of the big tips that I want to give you is that you really need to start using contractions. What are contractions? Well, contractions has a few meanings. Contractions means to get smaller. When I Googled it, the first thing I found for contractions was when you're having a baby. Yeah, but it's not that contraction. It's when you make words smaller. And that's going to help you to speak English faster. Now, I want to share my own experience here that we're going to help you learn how to speak American English faster. And the trick number one is to use contractions such as can't, didn't, she's, she'll, he'd, were, will, I'd. And there are many of these contractions that cause a lot of confusion for non-native speakers. I know it. I see it every day. I hear it. And I don't want you to be afraid of using contractions. Some are that many are afraid to use contractions because one, they're afraid they will get that face. Now, what is that face? That face is when you, as a non-native speaker, say something in English, you think, okay, I'm going to try and use a contraction. And you get that face from the native speaker like, that face is the face of a native speaker who did not understand what you were trying to say. And all of my one-to-one students who live in the United States, who don't live in the United States, they all say, I hate getting that face. Maybe you hate getting that face. But I don't want that to discourage you because these tips are going to help you not get that face. And the second reason is they are afraid they will get that face from a native speaker. It's one reason after the other, and it's always the same reason. You're afraid you'll get that face. One. Number two is relax your T's in the middle of words. This is so fundamental in American English when you're speaking fast. Now, I've talked about this in previous videos that when you're relaxing a T, like in the word better, for some people, like Americans, Canadians, we understand that as a D sound. Now, for a lot of people that roll their R's, arr, arr, we don't in English, but I think it's damn sexy when people do it in another language. Arr. It's that, arr, what we call the flap, arr, that you want. Better, 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 better. So that's very important for you to remember to pronounce your T's like that. You will see in a very popular video that I did on YouTube about American accents that you have variations. You have some people that will say better, common day-to-day English better in North America, and then you will have a rural accent where the T is not pronounced and people will say bear, bear. It's a very, shall I say, lazy way of speaking, but better, better. Yeah. Go with the one in the middle. Better. Trick number three, pay attention to reductions and linking. Well, what is that? All this technical language, reductions and linking. It sounds so technical. Well, when you see it in action, you understand it. So, do you want to dance? Do you want to dance? Let me in. Let me in. Did you do it? Did you do it? Not yet. Not yet. I'll catch you later. I'll catch you later. I'll catch you later. I'll catch you later. So, as you can see, these are simple visual representations of how native speakers link words together, how they can use them through reductions and linking to say them much, much quicker. If you can start to use these and be understood, not get that face, huh? Then you're going to boost your confidence and you're going to speak faster and faster. So, this next one I've never talked about before, a way for you to make some visual representation and association of a word in English that you're having difficulty pronouncing. You could use it for learning new vocabulary too. Is you could imagine two leaves with eyes. Levi's. Levi's. So we have leaves, and then these leaves have eyes. These are Levi's. Levi's. Okay, so now we're going to be going into a dialogue. And before we do that, I want to show you step by step how you can take a sentence in American English and you can take it slow, you can take it medium speed, and you can take it super fast, which is your objective, your final goal. Now, I'm going to give you a situation. Now, there's this guy, and he likes to go to this cafe to try to find a girlfriend. That's his biggest goal, his biggest objective in life. He would like to find a girlfriend. Now, let's try to work as we hear a dialogue. This is John, and he will do anything to try and find a girlfriend. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. And you can imagine somebody sneezing. Achoo! Are you talking to me? You talking to me? You talking to me? I want you to call me. I want you to call me. Could you give me your number? Could you give me your number? Could you give me your number? Give me a break. Give me a break. I told you to call me. I told you to call me. I told you to call me. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Do you want a cup of coffee? You want a cup of coffee? You want a cup of coffee? I have got to go. I've got to go. I gotta go. Okay. So that's the dialogue there, and you could see the phrases in their separate forms in slow, medium, and fast. And now I'm going to read the whole dialogue through at normal speed, at fast speed. So let's try and do it fast, and then you can try try and do it yourself when you practice this in your free time. So here we go. Are you ready? I'm looking at you. Are you talking to me? I want you to call me. Could you give me your number? Give me a break. I told you to call me. Well, what do you mean? You know what I mean. Do you want a cup of coffee? I gotta go. Okay, so this is a very simple dialogue when you look at it written out in its full form and said very quickly, and probably you understand it. But if you try and apply some of those tricks and tips that I was explaining to you at the beginning of this video, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to pronounce these sentences and questions with more confidence and to speak like an American fast. So I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. This is something that I will be doing more of. It's something that I love doing when I'm talking about speaking fast. And really, really hope that you will be able to watch this lesson again and again so that you can practice the dialogue. Maybe you can practice the dialogue with your friend. I can leave the complete dialogue under this video. I invite you to join me on WhatsApp, and I will be on YouTube Live next week at 2:30 p.m. And I hope to see you soon. Bye for now.